again. Apologies for Monday, I was scheduled to be on, but best of days. So, here I am, just a bit of an impromptu thing. I've got a couple of games that I thought I'd try out, and one of them is going to be Gold Rush. I keep calling it Gold Mining Simulator, but it's not really. It's based on the Discovery sort of documentary TV show. I'm not too sure. It's one of those similar things where it's real, but it's kind of, it doesn't feel real, but it is, but it isn't. Anyway, so I've set up the controls as best I can. Background music. We've got the sauce. Yeah. Okay, so one of the things I'm going to do is I thought I'd try this out. It's a game that I've been looking at playing for quite a while, but for some reason I hadn't bought it. Let's see. I think we'll go with normal mode. Machine failures on, digger helper off, prompts off, random events on. Go with Born in Alaska. I think that will be a relatively good start. So let's see, tutorial. Shall we do the tutorial? I think we should. I think that would be remarkably helpful for us. "90% of the world's gold mining has been done since the discovery of gold at Sutter's Mill in California." That means 90% of the gold came from there. What about all the gold bullion from the armadas and such? Wait for the old loading simulator to finish. Hey Charlie, how's it going? Okay, give some tips to the beginning journey. Don't show this message again. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you. I'm good, I'm good. Let's see. Okay, so what we're doing, Okay, right. Where's the caravan and so. Yeah, the last time I streamed was last week, I think it was. I'm not doing too badly myself. He was having a bonfire, yes. Yeah, you were having a whale of a time. Where are we right now? We are here. Oh, where are you now? Not a massive user of those sort of things myself. In fact, I don't at all. So I can't necessarily relate. Right. So is this? I'm playing Gold Rush now. This is basically a pickup truck. Okay, so if you've watched the so this is based on like the Discovery, based on the Discovery Channel. Open the backpacks, select the map, and back up. Ah. So the idea here, we're going to turn on the big generator. I'm guessing I'm going over here then. Yeah, so gonna ask Charlie just briefly not to mention things there, like, you know, no, it's not my thing. I'm not really interested in those sort of things. You can do whatever you want, that's perfectly fine by you, but I'd rather not have it in the channel if you don't mind. Right, so I think that's turn on the big water pump. Okay, it's all quite loud. Let me just turn this down a little bit. Right. Games. Turn that down to half. Environment volume, maybe a little bit there. That's more like it. Where are we going? Where are we going? Turn on the water pump. Jump into the excavator. Ooh. Oh, hello. So this is yeah, this is like a mining simulator for like gold mining. Okay, big excavator. This is the big excavator, as opposed to the small excavator. How are you doing, old one? You doing okay? Going, move the boom down, move the boom up. Down. Yeah. Close the bucket. Let's see. Cabin camera, drive camera. Now we've got the point where the sound. Oh. Ah, that's more like it. Eating some leftovers. Oh, awesome. There we go. Guessing I missed? Yeah, I missed. Okay, so we're gonna... Right, either. Oh, I can see this is gonna be fun. Or irritating. One or the other. Yeah, I don't think there's many explosions that you need to worry about at the moment. I have to... Right, so we're going to drop that there. Fill the dump truck with the soil. Yeah, this looks actually pretty, I think I could get used to this. So let's see if we can... Yeah, we've got the digger. Yeah, I don't think there's much in the way of explosions these days, so should be okay. So how's the leftovers doing? Question. What leftovers are we talking? Because like leftovers are very important. Hey, Black Shoes, how we doing? You having a good day? Chicken, mushroom, black bean, and rice stew. I had some chicken and black bean with sweet and sour chicken previously. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm just trying out some new games, but have a little bit of it. I wasn't necessarily fit. Always extra nice to start with the broth. Oh, porridgey leftovers. Oh, now we're just talking here. Despite the fact that this is a relatively repetitive task, I'm actually finding it mildly challenging. Snot cart fan art. I'm not familiar with that, but I may have to look that up. I'll try not to distract you too much. Ah, no, I didn't want to go. Why did you do this to me? Snot cart. Oh, snake Lockhart. Right. See, this is going to sound like sacrilege, but I actually am not a massive Harry Potter fan. In fact, I haven't really watched much, if any, Harry Potter. I think I watched The Philosopher's Stone, that's about it. Which I know is sacrilege to some people. Is that Lockhart as in Tifa Lockhart? Or am I thinking the wrong set of series here? That's a Final Fantasy character if I'm thinking it right. The sort of the fan. Ah, they're both from Harry Potter. I was just thinking that is like the weirdest crossover I've ever seen, because Snape and Tifa Lockhart from Final Fantasy. That's not something I would expect to have in the same plane of existence, and I was quite right, because that does not exist. Snape Lockhart can't hurt you. Yes, he was. That was Alan Rickman, if I remember correctly, and he was the bad guy. Yeah, it was very sad. He was on a lot of really good films. Hans Gruber, yes. Because what's more evil than making an Englishman play a German? I'm all for people geeking out. I have no problems with that at all. Geekiness is allowed. I mean, we let Trudgy in, so I love Trudgy. I've not seen Trudgy for ages. I need to speak to her at some point. This is like a really repetitive task, but I'm actually really enjoying it for some reason. It's just kind of like it's mildly satisfying. I just wish it was faster. I think we all have that moment in life. I remember a good while back we had a couple of friends over because when we used to play World of Warcraft and I helped run the not necessarily I was never a guild leader, but I was like one of the founding members, and I lived in the house with the guild master. Oh, did she now? You'll have to let me know about that. So we used to do guild barbecues where we'd invite people around the world to our house, Casa del Covenant as we used to call it. And I remember we were all very, very drunk, because what kind of barbecue doesn't involve lots of alcohol? And one of the guys, I think his name was Christian, I can't remember. I think that we had music on in the background. I think Kill Switch Engage came on. Was it Kill Switch Engage? It might have been. And I just remember he was in his sleeping bag, then he just sat up bolt upright and went, "I would turn gay for that man," and then passed out again. I was just like, what? He sounded Welsh, but he was Swedish. It was kind of funny because obviously he was Swedish and he spoke English as a second language, and his English was perfectly fine. But the more and more drunk he got, the more Welsh he sounded. Because his English and Swedish just started just mingling into this one sort of amorphous blob of language. He got his revenge though, because he brought us sweeties from his homeland, and we were all like, "Oh, this is so nice of you." It was his delivery of lines, just the utter contempt and sarcasm that he could deliver almost. Even if he was being nice to you, you still felt that he was making you feel like really small. Yeah, I loved Alan Rickman. Especially in Dogma, for example, he was really funny in that. It's typical sort of British sort of sarcasm and humour. That's just... I love it. Absolutely love it. Here, I remember as a kid, I used to love playing with my excavator toy. I used to have a little remote control one, and I used to have so much fun in a sandpit with it. I could sit there for hours, it was great. I'm just trying to remember the controls. Right, okay. Yeah, Alan Rickman was an awesome actor. The other one I quite liked was Tim Curry as well. He was another awesome actor. Whoops. That does sound like something he would do, yes. Right. I've been at this for like 10 minutes and I've only filled it up halfway. I imagine this is going to be one heck of a game. What was I doing? Controls. We were going to Put onto soil. Oh, we can actually use the bucket. Right, so let's see. Trying to work. I can see it there. Let's see. Ah, that's why. I was trying to work out. There we go. Okay. But yeah, you do get kind of like moments like that in films which are really good. Let's see. Let's try and... The controls on this are actually kind of... They're complicated, but then also not. I mean, it is... I'm using like 6-axis controls here. I'm having to use like 3 or 4 fingers just to control this thing. So if I look like I'm trying to fight one of those arcade machines, it's because I am. Well, you know, there's nothing. Well, I suppose there's nothing stopping. I mean, I've always thought about, you know, maybe doing. I always thought to myself, I'd love to be an actor, but then I realised I have all the personality of potato. So I suppose that would actually make me a perfect actor because I'm just malleable. They can just put a different face on me, and I could be somebody else. All the charm and grace of a baked potato. That's the way I see it, anyway. Well, I found it really weird when I started doing Twitch and people actually start watching me. I'm like, why? It's like, I'm not that interesting. No, don't fill the hole. Put it back. Going dark now. Oops. Yep, I'm gonna fill this in before it goes dark. That's my plan. I think I've got the method now. Might change that Nightbot message at some point to something that's a little bit less intrusive. So we need kind of a bigger bucket, really. There we go. Nope. Ah. No. Right, there seems to be like a talk limit that so it won't. There's certain things it won't pick up, like it hasn't got the strength to do it. I can't answer Alan Rick for not responding to J.K. Rowling when she said the stuff she did after he died. Well, so if it's stuff that she said after he died, it's like there are whole. I mean, obviously, I understand like the passage of time can affect the way people see certain actors and performers, and obviously what they've done in life can have an impact on that. But if somebody hasn't responded to something that happened after they died, I don't understand how that can be even relevant. I mean, as a professional, he was an actor who was in films. I imagine that he probably did have some sort of, you know, working relationship with JK and sort of, you know, fleshing out the character and stuff. But beyond that, I don't see where it would be relevant to him, even if he was alive. You know, not like you know, some sort of crazy scandal turned out that. Let me just go into. Turn the timescale back down to 1, just because I have a feeling it's going to be dark very soon. Ooh. Yeah, it is a very sad kind of, like I say. I mean, there's certain actors and stuff obviously that have kind of fallen by the wayside as time gone by. I'm not necessarily a massive fan of this culture. I don't really want to get on the buzzwords and wait a minute. Let me just get. Ooh, controversy. Yeah, that's our favourite thing. That's what we like. Okay. Why is this turned on the digger helper when I don't want it to? I don't mind people having a different opinion to myself, for example. I would rather have somebody that disagrees with me, and give them like a platform to speak, than just stop them from being able to say what they want to say. If what they're saying is utter rubbish, then it will stand out for itself. But in going back to your point with Alan Rickman, he's dead. That is sad in itself. But to then kind of use something he could not possibly have done against him to discredit his work effectively, that's ultimately disrespectful. You can't deny the work that he put out was phenomenal. Long story short, actor that we both respect and recognise being dragged over the coals after he's dead for something he was never a part of. That's pretty much the short and sweet of it. So it's the whole cancel culture thing, which I think is getting a little bit out of hand in some cases. The context was, we were just talking about, as I say, Black Shoes was talking about the fact that obviously I can understand that. He was certainly a fantastic actor. Oh, I don't want to do that. Come here. I can tip this thing over. Yeah. It's a bit of a sort of a complicated subject, really, if I think about it. There we go. Almost filled the dump truck. Well, he did quite a lot of different roles. I mean, as I say, he was in quite a lot of films that I grew up with watching. So, basically, the J.K. Rowling had a few things to say about. What was it? Was it to do with the trans community or something along those lines? I don't remember the drama entirely, because I really don't care about what some author has to say. Mainly because I'm not a massive Harry Potter fan, so the whole fiasco doesn't really impact me that much. It's not that obviously whatever that particular community. She's a fine writer. Again, her books. Again, this is going back to the art. What I was saying before is like her books are phenomenal. Even I can say that, and I've never really read any of them. I know that they're great because of the success they've had. If she's a terrible person, it doesn't necessarily reflect on her work. You know what I mean? Her books are still good, even if she becomes a terrible person. The story of her books is still inspiring. It doesn't change the context of the work, does it? At least that's the way I see it. You can appreciate the art, but not like the artist. Like, controversial one would be Michael Jackson. His musical works would still be judged to be some of the greatest of all time. Him as a person, a lot to be desired, and many controversy there. but his musical works on their on their own would be still considered good. You just don't hear him on the radio anymore. Yeah, the reason I bring that up is because, well, I suppose you've always got an exception to the rule and an extreme example, but he was actually quite a good painter apparently. Not necessarily world beating, but he was an adequate painter for his time because there was some artistic appraisals of them recently. Again, but that's like trying to that. Yeah, they aren't bad. However, as you said, the context, to put it into context, him being good with a paintbrush doesn't really offset what he did. And he wasn't necessarily known as a master painter. Like, for example, when I eventually take over the world, I'm not going to be judged on my ability to use this digger. Spoiler warning, by the way. I take over the world. On that. Yeah, the cutoff is there's I suppose committing war crimes that breached what became the Geneva Convention and effectively becoming the most hated individual on the planet. I think that there is definitely a cutoff slightly before that point. Just like several magnitudes like back that way. I don't want to get into the habit of being overly controversial about things because that's not a reputation I would like, but I'm more than happy to discuss certain things within reason because it is important to recognize nuances in things, not just having a purely good versus evil shades, black and white. There are shades of grey in a lot of things, but it's understanding shades are relevant. I think sometimes it's hard for me to put my thoughts into perspective because I do have I don't say I have a unique view of the world, but I try to look at it from a sort of relatively balanced perspective. That doesn't necessarily mean I condone something, but it means I can appreciate maybe positive facts. Indeed, it is entirely subjective, and I was not personally affected by certain things. Therefore, I can look in and go, well. But at the same time, you don't necessarily have to be personally affected to realise that something is bad. I've never been stabbed with a knife. I understand that would be incredibly bad for people to be stabbed with a knife. It doesn't necessarily require that particular context because you understand it on a fundamental level to be wrong. And I think that is something of. I think that in a way that these days that is a consideration that a lot of people don't have anymore, or maybe never had. And it's simply become more highlighted. For example, well, old one, you'll know because you've seen my Facebook page. The other night, I couldn't sleep. It's because I'm coming off my medication, and I was having a monologue with myself in the car today about whether I should even discuss, the problems that I've been having. And I ended up spending about 3-4 hours of my life sat there in my kitchen drawing up plans to try and end homelessness in my city. Now, I have never been homeless. Not in danger of being homeless anytime soon, unless, I don't know, my unless my entire family suddenly ends up in a mysterious plane accident. Well, this is the thing. I mean, we've got like I say, we've had a pandemic. We've had a massive increase in, homelessness and shit. And I was thinking to myself, I think it was because I was thinking about the channel, and I was thinking about, what I was doing with my life and what I wanted to achieve with, like Switch and stuff. And I was thinking to myself, what happens if this picks off? I mean, I'm not assuming that I'm going to become some like world famous celebrity. I'm not having those dreams of grandeur, but I was thinking, if this became like my main job, effectively, I was doing this day in, day out, and I was, making whatever. I don't want to go into the money aspect of it because it's not what I'm about. But I was thinking to myself, if I had the ability to do something, say I had say for example, I've bought the new PC, I've got a studio, and I've got like everything I need to make this better. I've got some money left over. What would I do with it? And I thought to myself, do you know what I'd do? I'd buy like a truck that would turn into like a mobile salon. Not a salon, but like it would be a mobile cleansing station, effectively, so that I could go around the city and we could give homeless people, a shower, a change of clothes, a haircut, a medical. Another one we'd have a food truck going around, giving them hot meals. And then I went from that process to thinking, well, actually, no, that's a remedy to the problem. It doesn't actually help solve the problem, it just kind of makes it a little bit easier. So I said, well, what about all these abandoned warehouse districts that we have in the city? There's loads of industrial estates where there's warehouses that are empty. I thought to myself, well, what if we took one of those warehouses and turned it into like a temporary barracks, so you've got beds, cubicles, that sort of thing. Then have it as like a staging post where you could get social services involved and various other aspects, and then maybe get people so they have like a permanent address they can send their post to. Because one of the barriers to getting a job is having an address. If you don't have an address and there's nowhere to send the post, you can't pay taxes, you can't get jobs, you can't get bank accounts, you can't get nothing. So yeah, I spent about 3-4 hours just working all of this out, how I would do it and whether it was feasible. I think it could be. But again, I know I've started rambling. The reason I brought that up is because I have never been in that situation. I am not affected by that situation, but I understand it is terrible. I would like to do something about it. And that's basically how I live my life. That's my thought process on a lot of things. It's not just that one subject. I can look at a lot of things, good, bad, middling, and I can look at them and go, well, okay, there's this, and these are the things for, these are the things against, this is the balance. You get what I'm saying? That was my sort of like midnight ramble that I had to myself. Sunday night, leading into Monday, which meant I hadn't been asleep for 2 days. That was fun. Right, what was I doing? Oh yeah, we were going to be doing some vehicles. Okay, so dump truck back. Thank you. Dump truck to the conveyor belt. Well, no, I asked. But the reason is because I want to be a truck driver in the next couple of months, and it would be difficult for me to find work as a driver if I'm on a medication that makes me drowsy and predictable. So I've asked to come off them over the next couple of months, very slowly. We're not rushing this thing. Oops, sorry. So yeah, that's one of the plans that I've got. Well, it's just one of these side effects, unfortunately. Let me see. No, I want to be off the meds completely anyway. I don't want to be on them anymore. I didn't like them, I took them because I needed them. And now I'm hoping that I don't need them. Yeah, so it's fun and games at the moment. Okay, so we're loading the shaker. Yeah, so this is it's one of those things. Like I say, it would be nice if all these things did happen. But at the same time, I'm not necessarily relying on it, so I do have other plans that I'm doing. Like I say, I'm talking about getting a truck driving license, a forklift driver's license, generally making sure that I've got, alternative career options. You never know, because like I say, you can't be okay. That's fine. You take care of yourself. That's the main thing. I'm just gonna keep chundering about and take off the miners' grills. Yeah. Right, all and dump it at once. That's what the dump truck's for. Miners' moss. The big mats. Okay, so taking off the grills. What am I doing? Taking off the grills. Oh yeah. Okay, let's come down here. Taking off the grills. The miners' mosses. Yep. Ah, right, so we're putting him there. Okay, that's fine. We have to take off all of these. Alright, so I've got miner's moss. Right, so I'm assuming that I'll just... Come on. Right, so we're going to go this way, so we've got to put all these here, so these are going to go in here. Assuming that you put those grates down there. Alright, so that takes 6. Yep, so I'm gonna have to learn how to do all this. There's gotta be a way to speed this up. That one. Tell me there's only... There for now. Come on. Gonna mine up the gold. Throw these out for now. Into the nuggeter. To the nuggeter. Turn this on. Can I? The nuggeter? No. Let's pick the small shovel from the toolbox. There's a small shovel? Is there a small shovel? I don't know. Shovel from the toolbox. Toolbox. Where is my toolbox? Z control toolbox. How about screwdriver, impact gun, small shovel. Use a small shovel on the grates. Have a look. So we're gonna go up to the top of the hill, and this I'm confused. Okay, so it wants me to go up there. Okay. Do the buckets. Okay, that's okay, right. Loose box, great. So it's a sluice box, so we're going to put all this in here. Take the bucket from the top. into the magnetite separator. Magnetite? Right, turn on the bilge water pump. Back up here, so I'm going to turn this pump back on. Turn on the gold nuggeter. The nuggeter. Nuggets. It's a nuggeter, therefore it will make some form of character. The gold nuggeter is for. Okay, so we're turning on the nuggeter, it's going to do the thing. Goal map journal. Gold nuggeter. Guide. Tier 1, go to the bank. Find a hog pan area, go to the claim, hog pan, use a shovel, no hog pan. Okay, this is gonna be very complicated. Put the miner's moss on, so we need to turn this off for now. Clean. 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 So put that there. That's quite dirty. So, I'm getting an idea of what this is like. There is so much hog pack, there's so much stuff to clean by the looks of it. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, so I have a feeling that we're not going to have to worry too much about, you know, an operation this big when we set up ourselves. Let's just get all these dirty ones in the machine. Let's clean one. Alright, it's the last one for this side, and then we can put the grills on. Okay, I'm getting an idea of how this is set up. Right, this is going to be fine. I think we can work this one out. Right, so that's that side set up. Let's go put the water back on. Go and get this over there. Right, okay, so this is fine. This is fine. Go back up the hill, turn on the thingy. Okay, turn on the gold nuggetator. It doesn't seem to be recognising... Oh wait, the gold has finished processing. Take the bucket from the gold nuggetator. The magnetite separator. Bucket from the duplex jig. This. Pour from so from the bucket and pour dirt into the... Right. Bucket from the duplex debris. Okay, so we've got to crouch down, got to grab that. Turn the magnet and wait for it to finish processing the soil. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Well, this is going to be fun. Right, gold. I'm pretty sure gold's not magnetic though. Maybe that's how it works. Ooh, magnetite to bucket. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. Oh, we've made 4.15 ounces of gold. Go to the caravan and sleep until dawn. What if I don't want it? You can't make me. It's just put this back on the thing. Right, so it's a very kind of slow going, basically. Pull these over here for now, and then we can just chuck them in. Right, so I've got an idea of how to do the golding, I think. I'm looking to maybe start off small. So, because I'm imagining we won't be starting off with an operation this big. That would be kind of ridiculous. We have made 4 ounces of gold, so I'm quite pleased with the progress we've made. That's definitely something. I think I can get used to this. Okay, so just the layout of this doesn't feel like obviously. Well, then again, I suppose thinking about it, this would be a multi-man operation. It wouldn't just be me and D. But yeah, so I'll have to see about getting hold of Trudgy's artwork, see what she's been doing. Right, so we can put those mats on. This is, I think, if we did this ourselves, I think we're probably just having maybe just one rather than the two, because the two is a lot of work. I'd certainly have two denuggeters, some nugget creators. Yep. Hogpan mat. Oh. Oh, the hogpan mats only take up one slot. Awesome. Definitely do a couple of these. I know it says to use the caravan and sleep, but let's be honest. Hog pans are also a way of doing things. Well, go up. Let's go turn the water on. We's a gold mining. That's what we's a doing. Okay. Yes, this is the nugget machine. Gotta make some gold. Finish processing the pay dirt, so we've, yep. Gold. Have to put them. Never mind. Right, we'll worry about that another day. Let's turn that off and then sleep. You should sleep it down. Yeah. So, I'm working out. Oh, I'm gonna work. We've got 2.9 ounces now. Hopefully, we'll get to start our own little patch at some point. Probably after the tutorial. That's the way I understand it would be. At least that's the way I would think you're doing. Unless it's like Farming Simulator, in which you start with all the machines in the world. I want all this time I'm running. I'm just going to take a quick break, guys. I've just had a phone call. Well, I've had a missed phone call from one of my friends who wants to talk to me, so I'm going to check that they're okay. Just going to take a quick 5 minutes. I will be right back. It was weird when people are like, oh, I need to talk to you, and then when you ring them, they don't answer the phone. Okay then. Okay then. Fine. Right. In. So let's see. Drive to the old Glenbank lease. Old Arnold parcel. Yeah. Drive to the old Glen Bank. Okay, so we're going to... Glen Bank is in town, so we just need to go up the road. Let's go. Donk. That's not going to help, is it? Right, let's have a look at this map. So it wants me to go this way into town. At the same time, I can't because the road is blocked with a tree that I can't get past. So I can't get over it, and I can't get around it. Oh, I'm going to have to drive around it. Well, that wasn't very obvious, was it? Driving physics are not the strong point of this. I suppose that's not, because, you know, it's supposed to be going on the... That's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, it's 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 fine. Going. Bank and get some money. $450. Nice. Bank. Okay, parcels. Lease it for 0. Mark the pickup with the highlighted parcel. Go, let's go, let's go. Hog pan, no pump. Have one of those. Buy a hog pan sluice box core. I have one for now. And a bucket. Isha buys a bucket. Buy 2 buckets. Check out and buy your stuff. let's go put this in the bed. I did it. Assuming that I'm just gonna have to keep like throwing it in and out of the bed like this. Drive out of town. Oh yeah, it looks like we're going to start off with next to nothing. Awesome, I like it that way. Go in. I'm going to use the 3D view for driving because quite frankly, go this way. Along the railroad track. Oh, whoa, I'm having a lot of like loading. A lot of, oh, sorry. Just three. Even a particularly like graphically intensive game, so I don't know why my computer's struggling. Driving through the factory. Assuming that that gives me the fastest route back to town, effectively. That's the way I'm understanding it, anyway. Yeah, that's... Donk. Hit something. Donk. Right, so we've got a garage of some sort. Base. Right, let's go put the base that way. Donk. I feel that donk is in my future. Donk. Pan no pump. And a hawk pan no pump. Sluice core. Take the second hole bang into the sluice box core. Alright, okay, so we're doing like old fashioned pan mining. Awesome. Yeah. Right, so learn how to find and use the 4-meter steel cable. And I've just broken my trousers by the looks of it. That's a pain, isn't it? Trousers, they're broken. Embarrassing. 4-meter steel cable. So okay, so okay, I can get on the swing with this. This is Okay, you found the gold nugget existing. They exist at the beginning, so. Yes, so the beginning of the process faster. Don't want to use the soap. Find one nugget. It's my bucket. Oh, okay. I'm liking this. This is so this is kind of like the original sort of like how people would mine gold. Oh, another nugget. Oh, one more. Maybe two more. Run some water through it. Right, okay, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I could get used to this. I could literally, I think I could sit here for like easily like, a good couple of hours just doing this. This is relaxing to me. Small shovel. We already have a fair bit of gold actually. That's not too bad. Suppose that's they do that to make the life a little bit easier at the beginning. Making progress anyway, so we can definitely see about maybe getting another. We just found more nuggets. Let's keep running it through. So yeah, so the machines show us exactly where we're up to on all of our different fill levels. One more bucket. Get our shovel. Run this through. So this is going to be a fairly slow process to begin with, I guess. Journal. Journal. Let's see. So tool spare part back. we had like a little mini digger, this would probably be a lot faster. Again, I've just found a massive nugget. I am a massive nugget. I am huge. Fill up the bucket with water from the river. Right, so this is why we want a second bucket. Tent. Take the bucket to the tent. Fill the big bowl with water from the river. Bucket. Big bowl. Let's go back, and I'm just going to see this is like. Got a fill the big bowl with water from the river. All right, so I'm gonna have to pick the bowl up, aren't I? Okay. All right, that would make sense. Just pick the bowl up. Go back to the tent. Put down the bucket. Gold pan. Start panning. Oh, we're panning for gold. There we go. Pick mode. Shift. Move right, move left, rotate. Forward, rotate. Ah, there we go. Panning for gold. On. Let's get some gold going. We're panning for gold, panning for gold. Come on. Get let's see. This trying to see if I can. Is there a method to this panning? Because it's I seem to have managed to some of the gold. Yeah. I want to get some gold. That's all I want. I want some gold, man. It says to move it slowly, but it's just like, meh. Yes. Alright, so I'm gonna get, okay, so that's fine. So I'm gonna jump into the pickup truck. I'm gonna guess it's gonna give me an option to sell the gold that we've got. Sorry if I'm a little bit distracted. I'm just trying to get a little bit carried away with some of the actions that I'm taking. So I'm try not to hit anything. Try not to hit anything. Definitely not enjoying the driving physics of this game, but it's fine. It's fine. It's passable. It does the job of, you know, getting you from A to B. Bonk. That definitely hits. That's like somebody being hit with a frying pan. Bonk. Go to the town centre, and I'm assuming this is where we'll sell the gold. Ah. No fun. Not liking it. Ah, the blacksmith is over there. Alright, let's have a butcher's at this, shall we? You know when like people they like, I need to talk to you, and it's like, oh, it's really serious, and then I'm like, oh, are we getting married already? It's like, you know, because I'm a completely unserious person. Ooh, it's got smelt. Sorry, 1 second. Bear with me a second. I just got a text message when it's like, it's just... You know, just like when it's like, give me the short version. Cream will be smelt instantly, but the next one's will be in. Right, okay. You know, like, I really wish that people would... It's really weird, like, they're like... Ah, right, okay. That... You know, it's like, no, it's that weird thing when they say, oh, it's really serious. I was like, all right, I'm free, let's talk. And like, oh, well, it's too late to talk about it tonight. And I'm like, button then. It's like they're like, oh, it's to do with my son. I'm like, why are you asking me? I don't have kids. It's like, oh, why? Why? Don't ask me for parenting advice. I don't have children. Ah, so if my friend's upset about something, and you know when they give you like like tiny pieces of information, and it's like, I'm gonna need more to work. Because the way my mind works, even though I know I have absolutely nothing to worry about and it is nothing to do with me, when somebody comes up to me and goes, I need to talk to you, it's serious, my mind immediately starts snowballing. What have I done ever that could possibly get me into trouble? Even though I know I haven't left my house properly in 12 months. I haven't robbed any banks, I haven't stolen anyone's children, you know, I've done nothing. And I'm there like, what have I done? What have I said? What have I... Is it a meme? Did I send a meme that upset somebody? I think I'm gonna be perfectly honest about this. I think I'm gonna have to end the stream here. Make a phone call because they're sounding more and more upset and disturbed as the text goes. This is why I've been distracted for the last sort of 5 minutes. It is one of my closest friends who I've known for a good 10 years. So, and they're not normally prone to over dramatics. They don't like to ask for help. They're very proud kind of people. So they're like, you know, I'm falling to pieces. It's like, it's serious. So I think it's slightly more important that I tend to that. As much as I love spending time with you guys. Yeah, possibly. It's to do with their child, effectively. Although I am not a parent. Again, we're going back to the theme of although I am not, I understand because I am also a child. I know that my, you know, for example, when I had my motorcycle accident, it was one of the first times in my life. Well, I'm sorry, it was the second time in my life that I'd truly seen my mum cry. Because my mum's always been a very emotionally strong person. She doesn't really, you know, get overly emotional about things. But when I was hit by a car, she burst through the ER doors like, you know, where's my baby? And her mascara was running down her eyes, and I'm sat there with my arm in a sling, with my hand on what's left of my helmet, going, "Why are you crying? I'm the one with the broken arm." I was giggling my tits off. I was having a great time. I think that might have been the morphine, but it was all right. It was good. But yeah, and she goes, "I was about to have a beer and I got a phone call off your dad." And I was like, "Did you spill beer?" And she's like, "Well, I rushed out the door." I said, No. Let's back that up. Did you spill beer? Because I think that's the greater tragedy right now." I'm gonna go take care of my friend. They're kind of like falling apart at this point, and I love playing games. I love playing with you guys, but they really need my help, and they're worried about upsetting me. I'm like, I'm Captain Donne Givache. It's like, I don't care about anything. Well, okay, I care about some things like food and more of it. Anyway, yeah, sorry to cut it short, guys. I wasn't really scheduling today. I just thought I'd try something different. But thank you for being here, and thank you for being understanding as always. and hopefully I should be back on tomorrow, and we'll decide what we're going to do then. I was tempted to do Farming Simulator, but we might try something. I might even continue playing this. I might try Diesel Brothers. So yeah, sorry to be loving and leaving you, but serious business is ahead. So bye for now. If I manage to get it resolved in the next half hour to an hour, I'll probably come back on anyway, because I want to continue mining gold. So yeah, watch this space. I'll catch you soon, guys.